Okay, BJ Futrell, recently retired, Pennsylvania Regional Training Center wrestler. How are you feeling?
I feel blessed. Life on the other side of wrestling, as far as competing competitively, but it kind of came at a time. My retirement came at a time that was kind of unexpected, untimed, and not according to my timetable. But just looking back on my career and just the exceptional things I was able to accomplish within the sport, the friends I was able to make, the connections I was able to make, the people, and the places that I was able to go, I'm blessed. So that's all I can say.
So I think you said you've had 8 surgeries in the past 9 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Just crazy grace, crazy just encouragement from the outside of people that were picking me up during those tough times. It seemed like every time I was kind of getting some momentum, going in the right direction. Kind of just some unfortunate things would happen where I was on the sidelines again. But yeah, it's tough because it kind of makes me wonder what if, you know. But I don't think you can really think like that. I think I made the most of the opportunities that I was given. I feel like I showed a ton of resilience. I don't think it's anybody that's had the cards that I was dealt as far as injuries and being healthy and things like that. But I made the most of the opportunity that I had, and I think that's all you can do. I think a lot of times when people think of success, they think of success is what you do compared to other people, but I think of success and try to think of success as what I do compared to what God called me to do. And I feel like I did things the right way. I did things with integrity, and I can rest easy about that.
So, do you have any, and I'm sure you have a million, but do you have any specific moments, you know, from your wrestling career that you've been thinking about lately?
I think about my first international trip. It was in Belarus at the Medved, and I was in the bronze medal match and I was down by 1 with like 5 seconds left, and I came back, found a way to score and get that victory. And that was my first ever time competing for USA overseas. And I think about just me making the national team for the first time. And even within that, so I've only had the opportunity to wrestle because of the injuries, to wrestle in the Olympic trials and that one World Team trial. Just because of the timing of every injury, it always seemed to keep me out of the postseason. But even in 2017 when I made the national team, I wasn't able to train for 10 weeks prior to that because I got a concussion when I was in Cuba. So just the resilience and just the faithfulness that I had to show, just in God, trusting that He has a great plan for my life, and that it's really, the results are not up to me. It's just about me being faithful in the process, and I stuck to that process. And I don't think it was my best performance by any means, but I was able to make the national team for the first time, so that was pretty special.
So how long have you been at the PRTC for?
So this is my third year.
Third year. Can you talk a little bit about the past 3 years and being here?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I'll forever be grateful for Brandon Slade, for Roger Reyna, and just all the people that support the PRTC monthly and just come alongside us as donors. I mean, this is a great community here in Philadelphia. Training at the University of Pennsylvania, along with Drexel University and Coach Azevedo and those guys. So it's been really amazing. I feel like I've developed a lot as a wrestler here. I feel like I've grown as a man. I met my wife while I was here in Philadelphia too, so I'll eternally be forever grateful for that. And so it's been really cool. They're doing something special here in the pin room as well as the Drexel room. So I'm excited to watch how just more of the future unfolds for these guys as they continue to pursue their dreams and goals on the mat.
So have you given thought to what your next steps are? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I've thought about it. My wife's made sure I start putting my feet to the pavement on that. But yeah, so just doing a lot of networking right now, really trying to figure out what that next step looks like. Whatever it is, I wanted to make sure it's with purpose, and it's something of intention, something that I'm passionate about, and something that I feel like it's purpose behind it, not just the next step, but something that matters. So just a little bit of my background. I have a undergraduate degree, a bachelor's degree in kinesiology, and then I have a master's degree in education policy, both from the University of Illinois. So I love wrestling. I'm passionate about wrestling. I feel like I'll always be involved in wrestling in some capacity, whether it's coaching or just volunteering or helping people. But I also care and passionate about education, and I feel like I have a lot of leadership qualities. So something administrative possibly too, somewhere down the road. But it's still kind of up in the air right now.
Gotcha. So throughout this journey that wrestling has taken you on, is there any advice that you feel like that you could give to somebody that's just starting their journey or halfway through it, or is there anything you've gleaned that really helped you?
Yeah, I would say that's a good question. So I competed for 25 years. One thing I would say looking back on it is I wish at different points in my career I would have just enjoyed the process more. It's always a fight not to so much worry about an internal battle, to not worry and focus so much on the results and be results driven, and just because it can kind of take the fun out of it and just take the enjoyment out of it. And really, I think fear causes people not to compete up to their potential, and so just releasing the results and just allowing yourself to compete. Hopefully you're wrestling because you love it and it's something that you're passionate about. So really just freeing yourself with the results and really just going out there, competing, having fun, and letting the results fall where they be. But put your best foot forward and knowing that I can rest easy about my career because I know I left no stone unturned. It's nothing as far as a preparation standpoint that I would have done different. So I can rest easy about that.
All right. Anything else?
Just thank you to really everybody that supported me over the course of my career. My family, my dad started this journey, like I said, at 5 years old, so 25 years ago, just about getting up at 6 a.m. With my dad to go to wrestling tournaments all across the country. So really thank you to my dad, my mom, who's been one of my biggest prayer warriors just for me over the course of my career and supporting me. So family, friends, thank you to USA Wrestling for allowing me to put on the red, white, and blue and represent the United States overseas and be able to chase my dream. And then just thank you to everybody at the PRTC, everybody in Illinois, just everybody that's helped me and supported me over the course of my career. So I'm grateful.
Thanks, BJ.